It's just been how we conduct ourselves and how we get closer as friends.
Yeah, and I think I'm learning that. I'm just hoping that there's a way that we can understand each other. So I just want to say something in this moment, like this conversation is great because I think that this is where we're having an issue. For example.
And I definitely want us to get to the bottom of...
So I met you in the morning. You invited Timo and me to dinner.
Yeah.
He said, no, thank you, I'm traveling.
If you lot are free tomorrow evening, maybe we can do dinner with Wendy and her husband.
I fly out tomorrow.
Okay, never mind.
I introduced you to Timo before I even introduced him to Wendy.
Yeah.
And that's because I felt that you were neutral. But when Wendy called me, she said, why aren't you here? And I said, well, I never agreed to be there and Timo's traveling.
Yeah.
And you were in the background and you said, she's full of it. That's not true, I just saw it.
You said
Let me
Timo
finish.
just flew back. That's when I said you were full of it. I just told Wendy that the reason why you lot weren't here was because Timo's out of town.
Yeah, he just flew in today. He got here this evening.
I fly out tomorrow.
I mean, you tell your story and I'll tell mine.
I'm gonna tell the truth. If I declined dinner with you, I declined.
Right.
The issue about my comfort level with Wendy and Eddie, that was none of your business. What I wanted to talk
I didn't
to Wendy,
specifically say
what
Wendy
I wanted
and Eddie.
to
She
talk,
said, how come you met
Can I
Timo?
please finish? Timo has only seen them in one.
So why wouldn't you
Can I
introduce-
finish?
Give me land the plane.
Just let me finish.
Okay, I will.
Remember this.
So as I was saying, Timo has only seen a glimpse of them, and that was from a very hurtful personal moment that happened in January.
TJ let Eddie know you paid him to be your love interest this season.
My reason for us not being there has to do with Wendy and Eddie. I think in your attempt to get in the group, you try to play catch up, but you kind of like overstep.
And I'm gonna tell you why I'm upset with you. When I came into this group, I had heard things that were alleged against you.
Stacey is an interesting character. She lies a lot, and she's been caught in her lies.
I gave her the benefit of the doubt. All the while, she's calling me, you need to have my back with these ladies.
I never said that.
Oh, yes, you did.
No,
you called
you're
me.
a liar.
Why are you trying to hijack this conversation, Stacey?
Go
Because
ahead.
you're trying to build a case.
Go ahead.
I will, if you just shut up for a second.
You're not going to tell me to shut
That's
up.
what I was saying before I was
Now,
rude.
this is the real her. She plays prim and proper.
No, I don't
but
need to
just
play.
like you said,
I don't
the
need to
F
play,
word and
Detroit.
screaming.
I am prim and proper. I have extended my manners.
You didn't extend any manners.
I
You
didn't?
acted
Oh,
so
well, you won't be getting
unladylike.
them.
You want to fit in so bad.
You are the person that has been in this group for 1 year, and you still don't fit in. What does that say about you, my love?
Oh, my God.
Thank you.
Can't go swearing in her event. That's not Juneteenth vibes.
You're a
You don't want the
try-hard,
truth.
just like your fashion.
It's not Juneteenth.
Get your ass up.
That's the fashion.
Get out. Not today. You want to act unladylike?
I have
Take your
better
things and be
things
gone.
to do.
Toodle do. I've had enough.
I'm done.
Get out.
I have other
Why
things
would
to
you
do
get out?
today.
Toodles. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's her.
Hold on now. I won't be buying anything today from Stacey. She's crushed, but you look great. Have a great day.
Would anyone like some fruit or
Y'all are
refreshments?
tripping.
It's just been how we conduct.
That is Stacey in raw form, honey. That is Stacey. We're going to get to her, but that's what I wanted to start the show off with. Miss Shayo, a.k.a. Copycat Happy Eddie. Are we still on the Stacey can do anything? She's funny. You know, I like Stacey, but I don't like what she did with Tia. But we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. So, let's get it started here. Let me move her on off of there. But yes, that's what I wanted to talk about towards the end, about how she really treated Tia. Try to loud talk her, over talk her rather, and really try to pull rank. And for what? Because because Tia was telling the truth on you while you were lying and couldn't remember your lie. Let's get it started. Here we go. So here we are back. And we got Miss Stacey at the top of the mind, but we're going to get there to our blunt truth. All right, so here we go. We're going to start off this. This is season 10 of Potomac, episode 10, Blunt Truth. We start out with Giselle and Wendy. They're out looking at Benz's, a G6 rather. So they go out to the dealership, and Giselle, she needs to get her a car that is ozone friendly. Ozone friendly. She wants something that doesn't leave any kind of carbon imprint. So she's going to get her an electric G6 wagon. So a G-Wagon, we're talking a G6. So they're there, they're test driving. They're talking about some things. They're talking about the Grand Dame, how they miss her, because the way she drives, the way Giselle kind of drives. Giselle didn't even know how to operate the vehicle. The man was trying to tell her how to do so. So they get to talking about Stacey. And, Giselle's like, I'm just through with it. She lied too much, whatever. And Wendy thinks it's kind of comical. She lies, but we know she's lying. She's like, she's harmful. I'm okay with Stacey. I like Stacey. So far, she's been the MVP. And maybe she might still be the MVP of this episode too. But Stacey ass is lying. And I don't like how she threw out Tia. But we'll get there. So they also get to talking about, Giselle liked when, liked seeing Monique, and basically felt like, hey, the old gang is back together. And, that's what she got to really, talking about Karen needs to be there. But she says she wants to, clear the air with Monique, and to find out this, to see if this is the same Monique from 5 years ago. Because if it is, she said she don't want no parts of it, because that Monique from 5 years ago had that binder. And Wendy reminded Giselle about that binder. Them bold truths right there. So, so they're, setting off and, driving this little, I ain't gonna say little, this G-Wagon. So the next scene, we have Stacey and her friend AJ. That's one of her besties, her good Judy. He's there and they're talking about the launch of Shayo. And it's going to be on Juneteenth, and she's letting it be known that she's the first Black woman in Virginia to open up their own cannabis, I believe, line, cannabis business. She's the first Black woman to do so. So she fills AJ in on Ashley and Kay, telling Monique about Chris, and that supposedly, what was all going on with Chris, and kind of high schoolish stuff is what AJ was thinking. He said, y'all ass is too grown for this. Y'all too old for this to be, because really it's no there. If she messed around with Chris, oh well, she's not friends with Monique. So, she didn't know Monique. So it was not an issue. So then the next thing, we have Tia at work, she's out there selling that big real estate, and she's just letting us know, stapling it in there, putting a pin in it, saying, hey, I grew up rich. I don't know. The daddy must have really fucked up the money, because something happened in the 80s to the money. But she was letting us know again, she grew up rich, and she calls Stacey because Stacey had sent her an invitation to her event. So she was letting Stacey know that, hey, we need to talk. But I thank you for the invitation, and I will be there. But I want to talk, with you, because she's letting her know that she's still upset with her. And Stacey said, yes, she's confused on their relationship and what's going on. You confused because you're lying, sis. You're lying. And you don't remember your lies. Oh my goodness. So, she said that they would talk about it. later. So this next scene, we have Ashley and Josh. And Ashley is letting us know in her confessionals, hey, Josh is not really her cup of tea. He was her boy toy. But her cup of tea has to be flying her around the world and he's got to be, having those caviar snacks on a yacht, and they're sailing. She likes those older white men that can take care of her. And we find out later on, and I figured this was so, the reason why she looks for that daddy type white man is because she don't want to end up like her mother. She said, I guess she felt like her mom did not pick right, because we find that out in the next couple of scenes. That no, I'm not going to end up like that. No, I'm not going to be on the side of the road under the bridge with a man. Nah. Only way that's going to happen, we got the dang tow truck coming because we had a flat or something. But never is that going to be her, is what she's saying. So she's making sure that. So she's meeting with Josh and she's going to break it off with him. She can't see herself with him, and he lets her know, you don't even know what my finances are really like. She said, yeah, but we haven't been on no trip. And he goes, yes, we've been to Pittsburgh. Or I invited you to Pittsburgh. She said, Pittsburgh? Really? That's not what she's talking about. You need to be flying me out to Paris, France. She's saying all these things that these men had did for her. And I'm like, wow, didn't she get with when she with what's his name? Michael Darby? Wasn't she with him a while? Ashley's not that old, so I don't know. We'll keep it moving. So she was going to dump him because she don't feel like he has enough money. She also states that he has no children. He's never been married. And if he wanted children, she says she don't even know if she would be interested in having children anytime soon. So I'm trying to read this message. Okay. That was cruel for her to do that to him. I believe so too. Yes. But I guess she's like, well, he ain't got what I'm looking for. He was just a boy toy. And I guess to stay in that lane or whatever, she's not having that. She needs a man that can do what Michael Darby did, take care of her, and she needs somebody to be out there cutting that grass. And I don't even understand that, but we're gonna keep on moving. So, so she explains to him, that, we hadn't been nowhere, and he might want children one day, and she's not interested in having children years from now. She said she was going to have children. It had to be pretty soon, any more children. So she's no. So she was like, we're going to break this off and keep it moving real quickly. Bye-bye. As you come in, please come in and like the video. Thank you. So I can get back in the algorithm here. So, and please let me see here. What'd you say? Why should it matter to her? She has Michael's money sold up. I don't know. She must want some more money, honey. Let me know what you think this episode was. Do you think it was like a filler episode? What do you rate it? Will you rate it from 1 to 10? 10 is the best. I thought it was kind of filler and didn't get good to the end. If you missed my intro, I played the ending at my intro, but we'll play it again. So, she, so she breaks it off with him and, that's it. So we got Giselle's going to meet up with Monique. And I feel like the production crew really screwed this up because it would have been more to see if they would have showed everything that Monique said had took place when we watched I was going to have the clip from Watch What Happened Live. When she had said that Giselle took accountability and apologized too. So they meet up And you know, I guess neither one of them knew what to expect. Monique says she felt bad when she was at the Pride thing, that the Pride event that Ashley had when she seen Giselle's daughter. She felt bad about calling, you know, all the stuff she did in her last reunion. You know, talk about Pastor Holy Whore. And what we got right here? Look, I'm trying to look. Let's see here. You were rated a 2. It was definitely a filler. I think so too. You know, a lot of times I'm trying to write and take notes or whatever. But yeah, like I said, it didn't get good to the end. And so Giselle and Monique were talking about, you know, like, how did things go wrong? How could we, you know, basically get past this or whatever? So, like I said, Monique said Giselle took accountability, and so did Monique. And she said she felt bad when she saw Giselle's daughter, you know, for, you know, dragging Giselle and her ex-husband. So they agree to, if they're gonna talk trash about each other, they're gonna talk to each other, they're gonna talk trash about each other in each other's faces. So, you know, that way they get everything out and they won't have no issue, and they'll be able to move forward. So I guess maybe, do you think that Monique will be back next season? I don't know. You know, Monique has come in. She has taken this journey, you know, looking inward and trying to be her better self, you know, since the fight with no. Since the fight with Candace. I know who don't need to come back next season. That's definitely Angel. I done had it with her. Angel and not Jazzy, but Kay. And I'm so glad they went really on this episode. But as I look, as I'm talking about Kay, we have a scene with Greg, Angel, and Kay's mom, Michelle. And Kay's boyfriend don't want to see Ashley, Giselle, or Kay. You know, Giselle's in charge of the girls, so she's gonna be there. Honey, she's definitely gonna be there. Yeah, they're gonna definitely have Giselle back. But so we have Kay's man is looking for her a ring. And I thought, oh my God, so she's gonna finally get the ring. So I would say they're looking at rings, and it seems like the rings are starting at $125,000. I'm like, oh, no wonder why Kay wants this man to marry her, because this man got some money. You know, because I was trying to figure out the attraction and everything. I said, oh, he must got a lot of money. What we got here? He must got a lot of money. So Kay's mom is there, you know, and Angel lets us know, because they were talking about some kind of ring, and Angel has a ring, something similar. So I'm like, oh, you know, we already know her NFL man had money too. So Angel was stating that, you know, she knew that Kay wants to get married and all these other things, because being in your 30s, you're middle age. And I go, I'm 53. I'm feeling like I'm middle aged, so I must be over the motherfucking hill. If being in your 30s is middle age. What we got going on here? You don't believe it. You don't believe that he's gonna they're gonna get engaged? Or he don't have any money. But I think he must got a lot of it. Because it's certainly not not that he's really bad looking, but ooh, what is this? Hold on. What is this? Well, we'll talk about this later. This is over here on Kick. So we have they're looking at rings, and you know, Angel Kay's mom is there. And Greg basically says at the end that, you know, whatever I get, Kay gonna be happy with it. Anything I get her, you know, she gonna be happy with it. No, that Greg, what it says? No, that Greg has a no. That Greg has a lot of money. I believe so. I believe because I can't understand. She said, "My life, my condo, my man, my this, my that." It must be something about him, other than love. I mean, seems like she only deal with ballers because what was the last season they talked about her having a pharmaceutical salesman, a streets pharmaceutical sales boyfriend. I think he's the one that's no longer on Earth. So I don't know. So that was the scene with them. So I don't know. Maybe they might get married or whatever. Like Stacey said, go back, Greg. Go run after him. I don't know. Stacey was eating up Kay. She was eating her up last episode. So now we come to the scene with Ashley and her sister Jessica. And Jessica's getting ready for college. She'll be going to the University of Maryland. So they're out shopping. And Ashley lets it be known that, when she got ready to go to school, her Uncle Lump was the one who did it for her. Was this that fish cake, guys? I don't know what Kay got, but I think the man got it. That's why she's after him and begging for him, honey. And he said whatever ring he give her, she'll take. So whatever. So Uncle Lump was the one who did it for Ashley because seems like Ashley mama ain't never had it going on as far as income, because this man been making a fool out of her, whoever Jessica's father is. And I thought, why is Ashley bringing up Jessica's father's addiction to her on the show? Why? She's not a character. She's a little sister. Why are you talking about this man addiction? We already know the man don't work. He's worthless and all these things. And you're, got your sister out here crying. Well, it could have been a wonderful scene where you could have been out here just, getting the little things ready for school and y'all talking about college. Not the personal issues that she has at home with her dad and making her cry. And here she tries to comfort her, but shit, you putting all her business out on Front Street. Maybe not everybody want to know, want everybody to know about what's going on with their parents, so I don't know. I just thought that was a little cruel, but Ashley needs a storyline, honey. Yeah, she needs a storyline bad, honey. I said storyline should be over there cutting that backyard grass, honey, because it looks a mess. But no, she wants to do that. So our next scene that we have is Wendy and Eddie. And Wendy and Eddie are at the Happy Eddie pop-up. He has a new strain called the Nutty Professor, which is named after Wendy. It seems like at the same time, but not the same time. But they're showing them simultaneously. Stacey is having her launch, her Shiloh launch, and honey, she walks in there in that jean dress. I don't know. What do we say? Yes. I don't know. Stacey in these dresses, I think she's very thin. And her legs to me look very hard. So I'm like, why do she keep wearing these little bitty, I think after a certain age, you probably shouldn't anyways, because I think she's the same age I am. She's 53. So to me, that dress was not flattering on her. It just was not. But turns out Ashley had the same dress on the week prior. And I think she wore another dress. I think she said it was on purpose or whatever. The same dress that Ashley had wore before too. I don't know what's up with Stacey. Maybe she thinks it's funny or whatever. I don't know, but I just didn't think the dress was all that cute. So on her anyways. So she's having her lunch. And it seems like to me, Happy Eddie and Stacey Because he has the pop-up, she has the launch. But ain't that many people there. It seemed like Stacey had more people than Happy Eddie did. So, and I heard another vlogger said that the the Shayo was supposed to be a pretty good edible. I don't know nothing about it because, they ain't my line of things to do. I don't need to be tripping on nothing. So, anyway, so we have at Stacey's event, you have Giselle and Kay. They did not accept the invitation. They said they was not going. Like F her, this and that. I ain't got no time for her. I was like, wow. They really don't like Stacey. I thought she, the little lies that she told, it wasn't that bad. But to me, I didn't like how she treated Tia in this scene. So basically, Stacey did not invite Wendy. Said it was a conflict of interest, So to have Wendy there. So that's why Wendy was not there. And Wendy said she don't care about her inviting her. She said she's already copied some things anyway. She said, shoot, I guess she don't need me no more. Then we have Wendy going to purchase some of the Nutty Professor at the pop-up. And she couldn't remember her PIN number to her card. It looks like she was the only one purchasing something. So maybe, I don't know. It just wasn't a good look. But she said that his business is doing fine. But we know it ain't doing that fine. Because they're out there committing fraud, allegedly, or for real, whatever. We know that. So at Stacey's event, we have Tia come. First person that showed up was Jazzy. Then it's Tia. And then we have Ashley come in. Ashley makes it known that she had that dress on. And I thought, because, Tia brings up about, not Tia. Stacey brings up about Tia's try hard and her fashion is like terrible. I'm like, I actually like Tia's outfit. I thought it was cute. I would say this, Tia has worn, she is prim and proper. And I feel like her wigs look good because I don't care for every one of their wigs. I don't like seeing this here where you can tell the difference, where you can see like the little line that goes around. I hate that with a passion. And you see it all the time with Jazzy. But I hate that. So to me, I think Tia hair looks good. She's prim and proper. So anyways, at Stacey's event, we have Ashley and Stacey. Stacey wants to talk to Ashley and try to figure out how they can move forward. And basically, Ashley tells her, we can move forward if you quit lying. She's every time I try to, get over one thing, you lie about something else. She said, you're nothing but a lying asshole. I'm like, you don't let this girl call you a lying asshole. But our girl Tia tells you to shut up because you're over talking her and you tell her to get out. I thought, oh, that was a little bit much. But so we get down to there, to that part of the episode, and I'm like, I thought I really felt like Stacey was doing a bit much. And I felt like she was doing a lot because she was lying. So here we go.
It's just been how we conduct ourselves and how we get closer as friends.
Yeah, and I think I'm learning that. I'm just hoping that there's a way that we can understand each other. So I just want to say something in this moment, like this conversation is great because I think that this is where we're having an issue. For example.
And I definitely want us to get to the bottom of...
So I met you in the morning. You invited Timo and me to dinner.
Yeah.
You said, no, thank you, I'm traveling.
If you lot are free tomorrow evening, maybe we can do dinner with Wendy and her husband.
I fly out tomorrow.
Okay, never mind.
I introduced you to Timo before I even introduced him to Wendy.
Yeah.
And that's because I felt that you were neutral. But when Wendy called me, she said, why aren't you here? And I said, well, I never agreed to be there and Timo's traveling.
Yeah.
And you were in the background and you said, she's full of it. That's not true.
No,
I just saw
you
it.
said Timo just flew back. That's when I said you were full of it.
I just told Wendy that the reason why you lot weren't here was because Timo's out of town.
Yeah, he just flew in today. He got here this evening.
I fly out tomorrow.
I mean, you tell your story and I'll tell mine.
I'm going to tell the truth. If I declined dinner with you, I declined.
Right.
The issue about my comfort level with Wendy and Eddie, that was none of your business. What I wanted to talk
I didn't
to Wendy,
specifically say
what
Wendy
I wanted
and Eddie.
to
She
talk,
said, how come you met
can I
Timo?
please finish? Timo has only seen them in one.
So why wouldn't you
Can I
introduce-
finish?
Can we land the plane?
Just let me finish.
Okay, I will.
Remember this
So as I was saying, Timo has only seen a glimpse of them, and that was from a very hurtful personal moment that happened in January.
TJ let Eddie know you paid him to be your love interest this season.
My reason for us not being there has to do with Wendy and Eddie. I think in your attempt to get in the group, you try to play catch up, but you kind of like overstep.
And I'm going to tell you why I'm upset with you. When I came into this group, I had heard things that were alleged against you.
Stacey is an interesting character. She lies a lot, and she's been caught in her lies.
I gave her the benefit of the doubt. All the while, she's calling me, you need to have my back with these ladies.
I never said that.
Oh, yes, you did.
No,
you
you're
called
a
me.
liar.
Why are you trying to hijack this conversation, Stacey?
Go
Because
ahead.
you're trying to build a case.
Go ahead.
I will, if you just shut up for a second.
You're not going to tell me to shut
As
up.
I was saying before, I was
Now, this is
really-
the real her. She plays prim and proper.
No, I don't
but
need to
just
play.
like you said,
I don't need
the
to
F
play,
word
Dick
and
Boy.
screaming.
I am prim and proper. I have extended my manners.
You didn't extend any manners.
I
You
didn't?
acted
Oh,
so
well, you won't be
unladylike.
getting them.
You want to fit in so bad.
You are the person that has been in this group for 1 year, and you still don't fit in. What does that say about you, my love?
Oh my
Thank
God.
you.
There you go, swearing in her event. That's not Juneteenth vibes.
You're a
You don't want the
try-hard,
truth.
just like your fashion.
It's not Juneteenth.
Get your ass up out my face. Get out. Get out. Not today. You want to act unladylike?
Oh, I have
Take your
better
things and be
things
gone.
to do.
Toodle do. I've had enough.
I'm done.
Get out.
I have other things to do
Get out.
today.
Toodles. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's her.
Hold on now. I won't be buying anything today from Stacey. She's crushed, but you look great.
Have a great day.
Would anyone like some fruit or
Y'all
refreshment?
are tripping.
Toodles. Called her a try-hard. Told her to get your. She pulled a whole damn Kenya. She pulled a Kenya. Told her to get her ass up out of there. She pulled a Kenya. I felt like all of them should have did like they did that season when Kenya tried to throw Portia out, and everybody said that Portia got to leave. We leaving too. They should have left. She already didn't even have the whole group at her event, and I don't think that that was a way that she should have treated Tia. Tia started letting it be known that she was trying to start an alliance with Tia and wanted Tia to have her back. And she's like, I didn't say that. You're a liar. I don't know. That's what I would say. I don't know. But I don't think that it was not a good look to me for Stacey to act that way. I don't know if it was just performative for, for ratings. I mean, it was funny or whatever, but I just thought, where the hell did all that come from? But when a person tries to overtalk another person, I feel like, they're lying. Or they don't want you to get out the truth. What is this supposed to be called? For some reason, my thing isn't right. But the blunt truth, she didn't want her to get that out. Because, the women are already piling on Stacey, which, I think is not fair. But for her to come at Tia like this, when you clearly lied, and I guess that's what got on Tia's nerve, because you lied about it. You said he was leaving out, then you told him he just got in. Hell, she just saw you that morning. I mean, the morning before. I'm like, oh my God, you can't even get the lie straight, girl. Rules to lying. You need to know what you're lying about. Write it down or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's the end of that scene. I mean, that episode. I went through it fast because it was a filler. But the whole Toodles and Tia said, yes, I'm prim and proper, Detroit. But she told her she was a try hard about her fashions. And what I will say is I liked the Tia outfit. I thought she, everybody can't carry off everything the same. And I thought that fit her body type. But to me, what Stacey had on, her breasts look smushed. Her legs are just real hard looking. I just didn't like that little short jean dress on her. Because to me, it's for a younger person anyways. It reminds me of a dress I had when I was in high school. That's what it reminds me of. I don't know. But I think she looks better with probably something that comes, that doesn't show her knees. Because her knees, she's thin. I would say that. And she don't have I feel like the legs to carry off those type of outfits. Because first thing I know is when I was younger, we called people with legs like that chicken legs. So I don't know. But like I said, she called Tia a try hard with the fashions. I'm like, I don't think Tia be looking crazy over here. Not compared to what I done seen some of these women wear. So I don't know. But I said she definitely pulled a Kenya Moore. I said they kind of favor a little bit too to me. And they're both from Detroit. She said, get your ass out of here. Toodles. Toodle doodle. So y'all let me know. Oh, also Jazzy said this is not very Juneteenth. This is not Juneteenth vibes here. Because I don't know. Tell her to shut up. And then what's her name? Tia also tells them that Stacey's trash and she won't be buying nothing from there. I thought it was a cute little, back and forth. But I guess maybe because Stacey always makes the exit when she gets tired. So it's her event, so she's kicking people out. I guess she's trying to do a Giselle too. I don't know. But she said, get your ass up out of here. So she was letting that 8 Mile come out, 7 Mile, 8 Mile, 9 Mile, whatever it is in Detroit. So y'all let me know exactly how would you rate this episode? Do you feel like Stacey still can just lie and get away with it? I know she's funny and everything, but God dog, let her take some accountability, especially when you kind of throwing the other girl up under the bus. And I think that's what it is. Because, when she tried to go off on her when she was on the phone with Wendy and she tried to flip it, don't come at me because you lied. That's the way I took it. And the scenes with Ashley, I could have did without. I really could have. And production, you need to show us those scenes that you did not release with Giselle and Monique. We need to see Giselle, apologize and take her accountability too. And not just making it look like Monique was the one, apologizing to Giselle. So that's what I got. I'm going to get on out of here. And you guys, we'll be back tomorrow with a review for both Married to Medicine and Real Housewives of Potomac. I thought, let me go ahead and do my little review here and talk about it. And then you can hear tomorrow what both our little unpopular opinions are on this episode. We may clash or we might agree. We don't know what it might be. I can't tell the future, but I like Stacey, but I thought she was doing a little bit too much. And you let me know what you think. So with all of that being said, I'm out. Thanks for joining me. Please, if you catch the rewind crew or whatever you want to call them, please like the video. Please share the video. Please subscribe. And I thank you for your time. Good night. Have a blessed evening. Bye-bye.